Thank you. Alright, I know that we were playing this last night, but I forgot how funny that intro is. And I also forgot to put up my little hamster. Uh, oh, I might have forgotten to save. That's a problem. So when we left off, we got threatened by a by the guy that runs this lab, who was wearing an eye patch and a pink trench coat. So you know he means business. Ah, within this room. Okay, so we didn't miss anything. Clinic Chief Lim, huh? One of the other things I forgot to do was go to the bathroom, so we might have to pause early depending on it, on how few. No, we did do this before. Stop. I was gonna leave you guys alone. We definitely did do this before, right? Hello? I don't think that's quite how you do CPR, but he's just pressing down on his dick. I mean, you can do whatever, I guess. Ah, yes. Okay. So I don't think we missed all that much in here. We already saw that cutscene. Breon just learned what babies are, and he's completely disgusted. How could this happen? That's a key, huh? Oh, I see. If you try to attack at all, that's what happens. We might as well pay him back.
No! Help!
You shouldn't have kept all that ketchup up there. Okay. So this adds another wrinkle to resource management, where your AP, which is what made us go head explosion mode, is always slowly increasing. And when it's full, you can't attack, or otherwise that happens, and your health starts draining while you're in the instant kill mode. So you've got to.
This way!
Later.
I found him. Don't let him go.
Some people can't mind their own business. Sorry, I had to look at something. So, was there something in here? Okay. So again, if we get bored, I have a couple horrible games we can try. Okay. So I believe it's up here. I'm sure there's a shortcut, but I don't know it. There's somebody over here. Hello? That's metaphorical for Rion unleashing his hot takes. Actually, I have to... wait. I think I installed a Sega Saturn emulator, but I forgot to install the game that I wanted it for. There's this game called Deep Fear, which is basically Resident Evil underwater. But it's worse and has worse voice acting. Hey! I always forget that that's my raid alert, but hi Sammy, how you doing? We're back with this edgy boy and his edgy pants. I can just tell that he likes anime. Hey man, Yakuza was the first game I streamed, so I gotta represent it somehow. And that gif of Kiryu doing the thumbs up, I think I had to make that gif myself, and it took way too long. Oh, he's back. The way he was like waving his gun around was funny. Okay. I think it's this way. Is that the one where he turns into a traffic cop and he waves and all the people run by? I think I've seen that before. That's a good raid alert actually. I approve. Well, up until this most recent one, Mortal Kombat was my fighter of choice. So I doubly approve. That is the right room. I wish it would get rid of items after you don't need them anymore. I look away for 1 second. And they, like, tickle my ribs. Okay, so I don't like telling this story because it makes me look stupid, but I didn't have a PS5 and I didn't think I was going to be able to get one anytime soon. And I had a bad PC, so I got the Switch version of Mortal Kombat 1. And and that went about as well as you might expect. I was desperate because I thought it looked really good. But even when it's not on the Switch version, I don't like that game. No, I love Mortal Kombat. That's why I wanted to play it so bad. Okay, that guy was technically minding his own business, but I did get a refund. I told the I told the support person that if they didn't give me a refund, that I would become radicalized. And probably that was automated and a real person didn't actually read it, but it made me feel better about myself. I'm pretty sure because the backlash against that Switch version was universal. I'm pretty sure they were just that regardless of playtime, they were giving refunds to everybody. Let's go with 1 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. Enter. What do you mean wrong code? Oh, I think I saved a code earlier. Give me a second. Well, if I really feel like hating myself, I do have the Young Justice game lined up. And I could real quick install the Sega Saturn emulator so we could play Deep Fear. Okay. Yes. 9 6 0 7 9 3 2. It sure did. I should pull up, for anyone that hasn't seen it, I should pull up some pictures of the Switch version of Mortal Kombat 1. Let me see. Oh, that's really good. That's amazing. Give me a second. they're all so good. So it doesn't actually look that much worse than the Switch version of Mortal Kombat 11, but Mortal Kombat 11 had an advantage in that they had to take a take an axe to the game's kneecaps in terms of graphics, but it ran extremely well still, at least. Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch doesn't have that. So here's this. So here's Exhibit A. I think I streamed this when I played it on the Switch too, and I deleted that as soon as it was over because I was so embarrassed. Let's see. Where's the next one? I think this one is my favorite. Because the top one is kind of the face I made when I made battery acid spaghetti that one time. For those of you that don't know what battery acid spaghetti is, it's where you get like you get those like sour gummy strips, and you take them individually and make really long strands out of them, and you put them on a plate, and you cover it in like Monster Energy drink or really any energy drink, and you just eat it like that. Don't ever do that. You might die. But I tried it once because I was bored. Like it, you're at risk of actually burning yourself because the energy drink like activates something in the little like sour crystals that could like genuinely hurt you. It's if you can't like if you're too poor to afford like actual radioactive waste, but you still want the experience, you make battery acid spaghetti. I was talking so much shit that I didn't even see if we got like an item or not. Oh, that's right, we got the new security card. I'm hoping that we can get to the boss fight, at least. Because the bosses are what make this game truly, truly special. The real tragedy is that this game came out too early for Rion to be listening to My Chemical Romance. Okay. I'm trying to think. I don't remember exactly where we were going. I did buy the second season pass for Mortal Kombat 1 because it was on sale, but I don't know if I'm actually going to play it because I think the story, at least in the latter half of the story, I think it sucks. So I don't want to read it. I don't want to experience any more of it really. No. I think this is the door that wouldn't open. Yeah. I'm kind of losing patience. I get why they do it, but I'm kind of losing patience with guest fighters. in fighting games. It was exciting at first, but now it just really feels uh like like a bunch of nothing. That's why when I made my fighting game roster for Marvel, which was based on Injustice, I deliberately excluded guest fighters. There's someone else in here. Well, NetherRealm has been teasing that they're working on like a horror fighting game. They've been teasing that for like 8 years. And there's always that Terror Drone game if you're that desperate. Yeah. I don't think that game is going to happen while Dead by Daylight is still alive because that
Where
seems.
are you? Please help me. Hurry.
Who are you? And why do I hear your voice in my mind?
Rion, where are you?
Uh, I completely forgot what I was going to say. I think while Dead by Daylight is still around, even though it's a different genre, I don't think that the license holders for all those franchises are going to cooperate on another game anytime soon. I remember reading one time that they almost got Neo from the Matrix to be in the second Injustice, and I don't really know fully why, but that didn't work out. And they were planning on using Ash from Evil Dead in Mortal Kombat 11, but there was like data for him, and they even teased in one of the trailers they teased a chainsaw, but I think the licensing didn't work out. Well, I remember he talked about like basically that he was approached about it, but he couldn't fully confirm what the reasoning was, but he was like, yeah, it was probably licensing. I don't know how many of you people know this, but Bruce Campbell's son is actually streams on Twitch, and I think he when the new Evil Dead came out, he had his dad on, and I think he's had his dad on a couple times to play some other Evil Dead games, which I think is cute. Get out of here. What does skip do? Enhance ability. Yeah, I mean, it's not like he like. I mean, when you're the son of someone famous, it's impossible to fully divest yourself from that. But he has never come across to me as someone who's like coasting on it. But since he is the son of someone famous, and that thing he's famous for is getting a new game, you might as well bring it in there, you know. And you're the only person that can. I'm glad that this game has uh, has basically equivalent voice acting to Resident Evil. Yeah. Why does that robot got a fluffy tummy? Is that supposed to be intimidating? I should play more. I should play more like tank control games on the PS1 because a lot of them are very funny. Oh, he's got stink line. Holy shit. Get away. Ah, I'm scared. Give me 1 second. I need to answer this text real quick, and then we can fight this this dummy thick robot. So I've seen this game played like 3 different times, but I still don't fully understand how it works. I think this drug makes your psychic abilities more powerful for a brief period, but I don't fully understand how it works. Get away! This might seem random, but when we were talking about Evil Dead a second ago, I got reminded of that one Hellraiser movie that Henry Cavill is in from like I think it's from like 2005. But I think things like that are very funny. What do you mean? I wonder what they were making. Have you been here? I just want to listen to my albums in peace, Dad. I haven't finished it, but I've been watching Arcane. And when that League of Legends fighting game comes out, I think it's going to be over. For like society in general. Our friend Edgy Berserker that has a redeem when you has an occasional like redeem contest where if you sub you can redeem a portrait of a fighting game character. They have to be in a have been in a fighting game, and eventually I'm gonna make her draw Jinx from League of Legends, and there's nothing she can do about it. Now the League community mixing with the fighting game community is like a hate crime. But people, she'll draw Shaquille O'Neal. She's drawn, she's drawn. I think she's drawn Steve from Minecraft because of Smash. She drew Fred Durst, who has been in a couple fighting games. And I'm going to continue that thought in a second because I actually need to use the little Persimmons room real bad. But I will continue with more Fred Durst trivia in a second. I will continue with more Fred Durst trivia in a second. Thank you for your patience. And I realized I forgot I put it on the wrong screen. I haven't been upstairs, I don't think. So the trivia is that Fred Durst is actually playable in a surprising amount of games. Because he had a special like clause when you would license his music that if you use his music in a game, you have to put him in the game, and I think that's funny. Yeah, fight. I didn't know he was in a WWE game. I knew he was in the Fight Club game. I only know about the Fight Club game because Edgy was streaming it one time. A picture of an eagle. I uh hmm. I think the only uh, WWE game I've played was one from like the N64, which would have technically been when it was the WWF. When I eventually stream The Sims, like I promised, I should make one of Kiryu. I didn't know that you did wrestling at all. Uh, hmm. The lamp turned blue. There like an order that you were supposed to do this. The only like recent wrestling knowledge I have is that YouTuber I found that he just constantly makes videos where he jumps on his back onto sharp things while taking his shirt off. I don't know what the move is called, but he does like a back bomb onto like barbed wire, and I wish he wouldn't. I wish he would stop. I don't think so. Let me see if I can find him, because I think he also does like reviews of like wrestling action figures. I think I've seen from him, but let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is yeah, oh, this is the guy. Give me a second. I don't think actually let me check. Let me check this video to make sure it's okay. Okay. I think there we go. I double checked to make sure that he doesn't that nothing horrible happens, but this is the guy.
This is Supreme TV Show. Today I'll be jumping onto barbed wire chairs. This is for juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home, and I hope you liked it. Whoop whoop! Fuck this shit! Whoop whoop! Ah! 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 Shit! Oh my fucking god!
He just has such like a puppy dog energy to him. But I wish that he wouldn't do that. Why did the emulator crash? Man, my computer really doesn't like me showing that video. I forgot that it says like this is for the juggalos and juggalettes. It's really good. Oh, okay. Sorry. I can do that. I did show it, but we can put it back on.
This is
It's culturally important.
Supreme TV Show. Today I'll be jumping onto barbed wire chairs. This is for juggalos and juggalettes. Do not try this at home, and I hope you liked it. Whoop whoop! Fuck this shit! Whoop whoop! Ah! 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 Shit! Oh my fucking god! Ah! Ah!
So yeah. I really like him. But like actually let me see. I haven't looked at his channel in a while. I forget how often he does these. That one is like from 4 years ago, but he actually hasn't posted that recently. His his heyday was like 5 or 6 years ago. Give me a second. Well, he does make money. He like sells yeah, he sells merch. He apparently has a hot sauce. Give me 1 second. Please tell me he didn't. Okay. So I like him, and I I wish he wouldn't do that. You know. Sorry, the most recent video of his is from like 7 months ago, and he was like on a slip and slide, sliding through like broken glass. So I wish he would stop, because I'm worried about him. I like the that science is just turning a picture of him negative. Hey Blackstone, we were just watching someone do like a butt wrestling move onto barbed wire. Because actually I don't fully remember why. Weird. Like he's really funny, but I wish that he would stop. And it seems like he has, but like for a while, like once a month, he would do stuff like that, and it's like I don't think your hospital should like know you by name. I don't think you should have a regular appointment at the ER like that. It's not super different from like backyard wrestling, but in backyard wrestling, there's actually like a match going on. Oh, hello. He's wear he's wearing like a pinstripe turtleneck. Ah, it's Slender Man's stupid cousin, badly rendered man. But it's good to see you, Blackstone. I do have one of the games that I have lined up in case we can't get anywhere with this tonight is to play the Young Justice game, which looks awful and probably is awful. But for now, we're just gonna play this edgy emo teen stuck in this lab. Hey, wait a minute. Well, first of all, what is this room? Snake, eagle, wolf, monkey. The actual order of those is important. It is a Resident Evil style game, and I just realized because a lot of these games are very funny, but I just realized that our psychic meter is maxed out, which means that we can take out uh, all of these bandage people real quick. Is that all of them? I swear there was another one. So the only reason that we can't do that all the time is yeah, we have sort of like Carrie, we have two flavors right now. We have a move that knocks people over and a move that sets them on fire, but we don't have a lot of ammo. The only reason that we can't stay in the head explosion mode all the time is because it slowly drains our health. And it didn't happen this time, but when you're fighting the scientists, sometimes if you kill one of them will stop fighting you and try to give the other CPR. Which is a very funny thing to try to do to someone that's been set on fire. Now, I've made this joke before, but I actually think that he wasn't sent here, sent to this lab because of his powers. I think that he was sent here because he wouldn't stop live journaling. And they were like, this can't go on. He has to go. Hello? Great. I had a hard enough time with like two of them. Or like one of them. uh, I, well, I hope that I am still here, Sammy. I looked away for a second and he just rifle butted me in the face. Where did you come from? Or is that the same guy? It's locked, you can't open it. Brilliant. Okay. So I think the psychic overkill mode just slowly comes back over time. But I'm not exactly having a fun time navigating while these fucking robots are everywhere. Test lab, that's the thing we have a key for. We were talking about how in the at first we were talking about how Ash from Evil Dead was supposed to be in a Mortal Kombat game a couple years ago. Before they presumably because of licensing reasons ended up nixing that. Thanks. But that led me to talk about how Bruce Campbell's son is actually a streamer. And he, he streamed like the new Evil Dead game, and I think he streamed a couple others. But those are the times when he has his dad on, and I think that that's cute. I don't know if this is gonna work on the robots. But we can try our best. Oh, I didn't realize that there was another one around here. But I don't have the health items to spare. Well, he was like in the... They found like code for him in the data, and one of the trailers like teased the chainsaw character. And Bruce Campbell even confirmed in an interview that was in the works, but he could all he could speculate was that it was licensing reasons. What do you mean, what's it for? Mortal Kombat was like my go-to fighting game until the most recent one. And I would have more interest in Ash than the, than Ghostface. I'm also just kind of over the idea of like guest characters in fighting games. I guess we have to go up the stairs. I'm glad that he's taking the stairs very carefully. I'm kind of curious, because the new Mortal Kombat also has the T-1000 in the works, and I'm a little curious about that one. But beyond that, not really. What? Stop! Oh, I think I did know that about the comic, because there was a Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness crossover. Don't come over here. Oh, he's doing it. He's CPRing his buddy. He's doing compressions on his butt. Alright. A new youth named Rion was brought in. Rion has fallen unconscious. It must be due to the overdose. Miraculously regained consciousness, but lost his memory. Got Rion's test data. I refuse to believe that these scientists are the one that dressed Rion like this. I think this is all him. I don't want to have to fight that robot, but in terms of Mortal Kombat, there was a meme going around that Mortal Kombat's guest characters is basically like Boomer Smash Brothers, and having like Conan the Barbarian and the T-1000 is like not really disproving that, even though I think it's mostly said as a joke. Didn't mean to come in here. Yeah, but still. Mortal Kombat 1 had not 1, but Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 1 is the newest one. Mortal Kombat 11 had Rambo and the Terminator. Wait, did it have the Terminator? Yeah, it also had RoboCop. And the Joker and Spawn. This is not the right way. The first wave of guest characters for the newest Mortal Kombat were all based on comics. Specifically on comic book adaptations that are popular right now. They had Omni-Man, Homelander, and Peacemaker. I am sick of these dummy thick robots. There we go. The combat is like the primary weakness of this game. And I will say that aside from I don't think that when they had the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator in Mortal Kombat, I don't think they had Arnold Schwarzenegger voicing him. I think they had an impersonator, but otherwise they get all of the the original actors to reprise their roles. They got Keith David back to be Spawn. I always forget about that game. And Sammy was actually kind enough to inform me that there's that they recently remastered a 90s Gargoyles game and put it out there. So I might try that someday because Gargoyles was my absolute shit. It was so good. Man, Rion can't open anything. I was probably it was on like the Toon Disney Channel, and I don't know if they really advertised that it was ever on, because it was only on at like 4 in the morning, and I had to I mean, I was gonna be up anyway because I had chronic insomnia, but I stayed up specifically so I could watch it, and I'm pretty sure I saw like 90% of it. And I am pretty close to sick of this game, so let's see. Let's see what I have installed. We do need to play the second Gabriel Knight at some point. But for now, I think we'll play more of the Triad game from earlier. Let me move this window. I don't remember ever owning this apartment. But I think I think we have a couple things we could do here. Oh, hang on, there's a serial killer on the loose, apparently. Let me...
You look like you could use a pork bun.
Hey, what can I do for you?
I'm pretty sure... Actually, my introduction to Gargoyles might have been sooner than that. Because we had a VHS tape of the opening episodes. So I don't know. It's like one of the only VHS tapes I remember like us actually having. Because VHS was only I was only like what?
Now I press a button to get your
I was only like 9 or 10 when VHS was finally phased out completely.
you go enjoy yourself.
I looked away for 1 second. Hey. I was gonna exchange information with you, but... Excuse me. So I forgot to show off one of the funniest features of this game, is that you can open the car door while you're driving. And there is actually, like, a reason for this, but I mainly just use it to do that.
如果你中意食麵包，你就一定會中意 Rooster Bakery， 全港最好味嘅麵包店，好食。無論係椰子餡、肉餡、芝士餡、紅豆餡，係咖喱餡，超級好食。試下啦！
Come on, just one more motorcycle. Please, I've been a good boy all year. Boo! You can also ram people by going like this to the side. Ow. I'm not helping him out. Wait, I think there's a shrine over here. But I don't know how to get up there. I'll save it for later. One more. I didn't even mean to run that person over. Oh no, it's the fun police. When I say all cops, I mean that shit. What the fuck was that? You died. Trust us on that. Take our word for it. Let me call in my supercar.
Hey, it's Wei. I need a car.
A car? 得啦 I'll be there right away.
What was... That was not necessary.
Here you go. I hope this is good enough.
Thanks.
I know. I know. Alright, this is the first that I've heard that there's like a serial killer around.
Who are you?
Bomb squad. You here see anything suspicious, officer?
What? No. Is there a bomb?
You know, could go off at any minute. I'm guessing the blast won't go more than a few hundred meters.
Excuse me. I forgot
I
something
have
in
been
my car.
continuing my Teen Titans read through. I recently got through... Well, I got through the Judas contract yesterday. And I've gotten a little bit further than that. I know that the Wolfman era goes through a pretty big dip in quality, but I don't know if I'm gonna quit reading or not. Because I'm really bad about knowing when to bail on something. Man, if only there were other cops. The I think we went through the final Brother Blood arc where he converts Raven and Nightwing. I just got through that one.
Vincent?
And I've been making and trying to write some more of my Doom Patrol retrospective. And I'm trying to figure out how much of the new Teen Titans run I'm going to have to include, because I'm not going to include everything with Beast Boy, because he just stops being a Doom Patrol character. But Mento, his stepdad, when he becomes evil and puts on a stupid costume, that might be relevant to include, but I'm not sure. I also, in my read-through, it is now post-Crisis on Infinite Earths, which I chose to not read because I've read it before. But I probably should have read it again, because then Mento, Beast Boy's stepdad, is talking about how he got a boost in power due to John Constantine, and I was like, when did that happen? And I think I probably will have to read some of the Wolfman Deathstroke series, but I'm not looking forward to it because the way that he writes Deathstroke makes me mad. Because Wolfman has gone on the record that he never really saw Slade as a villain, more of just like a neutral figure, and that just really pisses me off.
Everyone the same. This is no ordinary serial killer.
I understand why he maybe felt that way at the time, but he still thinks that in the current year. There's a when Gar finally confronts Deathstroke and tries to kill him, they talk it out like bros. And he asks Slade if he slept with Tara, and Slade goes, "Would it matter?" And I'm like, well, considering she would have been 15, I think yes, it does matter. Because she had her 16th birthday during the while she was on the team, so if that happened, you should probably go to prison just for that. And just generally how Tara is presented as the more evil and person, even though she's a kid, is just. I know that it's a blind spot, but it pisses me off because Wolfman still talks about it and seems unaware of that blind spot.
Dang. It's Way.
What did you find out?
Vincent. They got Vincent.
I'm sorry. I know he was your friend. What are you gonna do next?
All the victims were Son ID.
Who is Vincent?
Cut right out of it. You're right. This isn't just about murder.
What's your next step?
The removal looks professional. A surgeon of some kind. I'm gonna look into the hospital records. If somebody's stealing organs, they gotta be using them for something.
All right. Keep me informed.
Oh, that's right. We did talk to her about a serial killer last time. I forgot. Okay. It looks like we already got to this shrine. let me see. The most that arc I was just talking about, where Brother Blood converted Raven to his cause, because she went missing after Trigon, and he found her. But let me see here. There's a couple things I wanted to share. That arc also has Jason Todd being part of the team because they were shorthanded. Let's see. Oh, here's Mento talking to John Constantine. I mean, his life was already kind of in shambles, but if you're friends with John Constantine, then you've really fucked up in life. This isn't exactly what I was talking about, but let me see. We've introduced they've introduced Roy Harper's daughter, Roy Harper and Cheshire's daughter. Let's see. One of the one of the villains that they were fighting with Brother Blood looked like this, which is the exact face I made when I tried battery acid spaghetti that one time. Now, if you're Brother Blood's power is comes from, he's from a long line of brother, he's like the 7th Brother Blood, and they get their powers from bathing in the blood of their worshippers. Battery acid spaghetti, if you're under the age of like 28, is something that was invented on Tumblr, where you take like those sour gummy strip candies, and you take them and you separate them into really long strings, and you put it on a plate, and you cover that shit in like Monster energy drink, or really any cheap energy drink, and then you eat it. And you should never ever do this. It's horrible. You might burn yourself. I did it because I was bored. But there's like a legit chemical reaction. Everyone who's ever done it will tell you not to do it, and was also told not to do it. Trying to figure out where the thing for this camera is. I think we're just gonna give up on this camera. Yeah, but Brother Blood is just gets his power just from his followers.
You want to fight? You look like you might survive a couple of rounds. The excellent Wei Shin! My fans will be very happy.
Hey, those people's clothes changed. The melee combat is a lot more satisfying than the gunplay. I think the gunplay is probably like the weakest part of this game, but I get why it's there. Well, yeah, he gets like literal power from the more people believe in him. Like he was nearly unstoppable near the end of his arc.
You keep winning, I keep paying.
Because he had tricked the public into thinking the Titans had killed him, and then he publicly came back. Actually, well, I guess he did die at some point, because he did come back to life. But the Titans didn't kill him. I actually don't remember what happened. He actually comes back in the Judd Winnick Outsiders run, which I read before I read the Wolfman Titans. I like their in-sync dance moves. I'm the sheriff.
You keep winning, I keep paying.
And you missed it during the last time that we played this, but we took down the guy that killed our boss and took him to our boss's mom, who like chopped him up and turned him into soup. And while we were fighting that guy's men, we put a bunch of people on meat hooks. It was awesome. It's very, I don't know if they worked on it, but it's very working from the same perspective. I don't think it has any developers in common. I think the studio that made this closed down a few years ago. So this is the only game of theirs that I know off the top of my head. The Yakuza games are still like coming out. Get out of here. Thank you. Get the fuck out of here. Is that still only round 4? Oh yeah, we got more.
You keep winning, I keep paying.
It makes me wish there were more environmental things that we could do to people. Actually, are there? Give me a sec. All we can do is kind of bang people's head on stuff. But there was also one part where we were in like a fish warehouse, and there was like a stack of swordfish heads, and we pushed somebody onto it and impaled them. It was fucking awesome. It was so good. And it's silly because a plot point early in the game is that one of the gangsters that we're infiltrating suspects that we're an undercover cop because they had another rat before us. And one of the reasons they suspected him is because he never killed anyone, which kind of implies that Wei Shin canonically doesn't kill people. Or doesn't kill like non-gangsters, which is just which is ridiculous. Considering that while you're in the car with him having that conversation, you can just run over someone. And actually, that's kind of similar to Yakuza because they say a lot in the Yakuza games that Kiryu has never, the main character, has never killed anyone. And I'm pretty sure what they mean is that he's never killed anyone. He's never murdered anyone premeditated. It's always in self-defense, fighting them. But what they say is that he's never killed anyone, which is not true because you can fire a rocket launcher at helicopters. But there is a difference between, like, pre-planned murder, which I think is the context in which they're saying that he's not a killer. It kind of feels like a translation error. No! I hate bears. I remember when I was watching, because the Doom Patrol series is what inspired me to get into the comics, to like look into it. And I remember it pissed me off that they said special appearance by Timothy Dalton, because it implies that there were Timothy Dalton appearances that aren't special. Let's get out of here. Yeah, but he was Timothy Dalton was probably the person that cost the most. Is why they said that. Thank you, Jesus.
All right. We have a winner.
Seriously, that's the best you can do.
Or at least he's the regular that cost the most. Alan Tudyk might have cost a little more, I'm not sure. There's probably an easier way to get at this camera. But I'm not smart enough to figure it out. There we are. Yeah. I mean, technically, Brendan Fraser first appeared in the Titan show because that was, they had an episode where they introduced the Doom Patrol in that show before they got their own show, but I don't think it's supposed to be in the same continuity. And it doesn't have the same person playing Chief. And might not have the same person playing Larry either. I don't remember. Or voicing Larry. Speaking of, like, not really knowing when to bail on stuff, it took me until season 3 of Titans, of the Titans live action series, to give up on it. It was like, I just realized that I don't really know what we're doing here. I'm curious about the movie. Although the only reason that I know about the Teen Titans movie they're working on is because of that one meme where the guy... Actually, let me see if I can figure it out. Where there was that one person speculating on the cast for the Titans movie, and like they wanted Dwayne The Rock Johnson as Cyborg. It was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Did you start watching movies 2 days ago? First of all, the word teen is in the title, and you just listed a man in his 50s. Well, I keep forgetting that they drive on the other side of the road. I remember someone in one of the comic discords I'm in, somebody was upset because they saw like they saw like a source confirming that Dwayne The Rock Johnson is being sought as Apocalypse for the X-Men movie, and it's like I had to explain to them that this is a Twitter post that has an anonymous source. This is worth less than shit. This might as well be toilet paper. And just more generally, there's no fucking way that that's true. How do I get back up there? I thought my cowboy hat would protect me, but it seems to be useless. I don't remember. I can look it up. It's very like obvious like casting from people from like movies that are popular in the past 2 years. Let me see. Because they had Millie Bobby Brown as Raven, I think. Oh wait, no, they had what's her name? The girl who was Wednesday Addams. This specific meme that I'm talking about cast fucking Zendaya as Starfire. Grow the hell up. It is funny, but I don't think that the person that posted this like casting meme was trying to be funny. They kind of... Because they kind of... I wouldn't say they got pushback because the people complaining were on Twitter, and Twitter users are not people. But there was a little bit of pushback when they cast a black woman as Starfire, even though she has always kind of been coded that way. So I would hope that they would just ignore the Twitter users and do that again. Ideally, they would cast, well, if... I don't think they have to cast anyone of any specific race for Raven, but it would be cool if they cast an Indian, because she was originally, you know, very much drawn that way. Although she's not Indian. I think somebody assumes that she is in the Wolfman run, and she points out that she's not really from anywhere. Well, Marvel mostly casts unknowns, and that generally works out. I wouldn't say mostly, but like they don't go with an obvious route. I just am not. I don't watch enough movies to really have like much to say. You know, because in this game, we've had like multiple girlfriends, or girls that we've been dating, and I thought that it was going to be like Grand Theft Auto, where you can kind of go on dates with them, but it seems like you meet them twice and then they disappear from the game. And there was that one girl at the karaoke bar who we got mad at because she was cheating on us. And then she was like, "You date 3 other women." And then Wei Shin is like, "Well, that's different." And it's like, my man, it's not. It's not different. You need to accept the loss.
Hey, it's Wei. I need a car.
A car? Takla! I'll be there right away.
He knows better than to say anything when his boss, when he drives up to his boss and he's covered in
Here
blood.
you go. I hope this is good enough.
Thanks.
Because, not to get like too super into my life, but around I guess it was over a month ago at this point, but my family was in a car accident, and they're all mostly fine. But like they were in an accident because my dad was driving, and he was about to make a turn, and a guy behind them claims to have not seen the turn signal and decided to pass him. Regardless of whether he saw that, he knew that there was a turn there, and you don't pass where there's a turn. You just don't do that. And he like, and we're like suing him because he still is claiming to not be at fault, even though everyone except him agrees that he was at fault. And he was driving unsafely, obviously, but I would be less mad at him if he acknowledged that he was a big fuck up, but he didn't. everyone is fine, basically. My dad is wearing a boot on his foot because he fractured it, but he's fine. My sister, well, that didn't work. My sister eventually, or not eventually, but when she went to the ER to get everyone checked out, she learned that she has like an unrelated medical problem or condition. So that something that might have caused serious problems if it wasn't detected sooner. So in a certain way, it helped out. But then like a week later, one of our dogs died. So it was a bad month even before the election, and it's just not, it just hasn't gotten much better. Person Man Senior kind of goes hard though. Excuse you, I'm a fucking policeman. Get out of here. This is very much giving that one incident from a few months ago where a policeman drove his car into the front of a restaurant and then arrested the restaurant owner when he came out screaming, yelling, "What the fuck is going on?" The cop claimed that the restaurant owner tried to put hands on him, which no one else can corroborate. But also, this incident wouldn't have happened if you didn't drive into a restaurant for no really explained reason. Anyway, I don't remember what the point of that tangent was, but... No, I'm done. I'm done with the drug busts for right now. Sir? Why did we get sent up into the air? Why? What? You guys are assholes. It is not you. I didn't realize that. It is, I was buffering and I didn't notice that. all you missed is that we exited a car and then got launched like 40 feet in the air and died. You know, there was one mission in this game where he did put on a motorcycle helmet, but otherwise he just doesn't. Idiot. Nobody does. There was a, I do remember when this game came out, there was like some game review site or like some game journalist shit. Game journalism is a joke, in case you were unaware. But anyway, one of their primary criticisms of this game was that the map of the real island of Hong Kong is too small. And like that is the most game journalist shit I've ever heard. That's so stupid. How do you write that and feel good about yourself? Give me 1 second. I do have a Young Justice, the tie-in game for Young Justice, lined up to play sometime because it looks awful. I think I said that earlier, but it's
What are you doing here?
You in the habit of challenging doctors, nurse? I'm saving lives. What are you doing here?
So sorry, doctor. My
that's definitely how real doctors talk.
told them what? It's not for me to make that call.
I guess.
Wanna grab some noodles?
Sure.
Hack the system. Oh, he's hacking. Look at him.
Looks like Dr. Sang is doing a lot of kidney transplants. Where are you getting your donors, Sang?
Bug the doctor's office.
You catch those gunshot victims the other day?
Couple of them. Can't believe someone shot up a wedding. Galerians. Triad guys. See, all your bad. Complete animals.
I know, it's scary even working on them.
Keep expecting someone to
Wait, where's the bug? Oh, there we go.
That made me feel a lot better.
I'm saying it will.
You know, I have enough trouble sleeping as it is.
Four-finger Woo? What are you doing meeting 18K Red Pulse, eh? Motherfucker. Killing Sananyi guys just to get organs for an 18K ring.
Alright.